My name is Veronica, and today we'll be discussing one of the hottest topics in education right now, and that is the requiring of uniforms in schools. Currently, around 23% of all schools require some sort of uniform. The number of public schools asking students to wear uniforms is now on the rise, with 1 in 5 schools requiring them. While school uniforms are quite common in the private school section, there are only about 13 to 19% of public schools that require these uniforms. However, this number should hopefully continue to increase when schools begin to realize the various pros and problem solvers that come with implementing a uniform policy. So, what's the need for forcing our kids to wear uniforms every day? Well, I'll explain that to you. School uniforms have become such a hot-button issue since the mid-1990s after several high-profile incidents of violence involving teens and items of clothing made headlines. School bullying, one of our biggest issues, has increased tremendously over the past couple of years. One of the biggest acts of bullying is actually picking on kids for how they dress, especially in the case of social status distinction. Not only that, but the variety of clothing now is getting harder and harder to be able to deem something school appropriate with administration. The ever growing variety of clothing is also causing more expenses on families. Schools have also noticed a massive drop in school spirit and overall school activeness among students. A large part of activeness is the increase in student distractions in class over their outfits and other accessories. This causes students to not focus on their schoolwork and their teachers, which means disrespect. This makes the entire learning and school experience harder on everyone involved. So, what we need to do is to create a way to have a level playing field among students, create less of a hassle and a more inexpensive way to dress our kids for school, and a way to cause students to be both active and focused through their learning. And the answer to all those questions lies in a school uniform. With school uniforms being in place, it will diminish the economic and social bearing between students. With all the students wearing the same uniforms, bullying over the price and look of other students' clothing will be diminished, and this will definitely help the bullying epidemic in schools. In a 2013 survey by the National Association of Elementary School Principals, 86% of school leaders said uniforms make a significant and positive impact on peer pressure and bullying, and 64% said it reduced bullying school-wide. 86% of elementary school principals believe that the uniforms are more cost-effective compared to purchasing regular clothing for school. A uniform company called French Toast states on their website that the average cost of one of their complete uniform sets is about $45, and most children only require a set or two. By only buying 2 or 3 sets of a single uniform, it is a lot cheaper than buying several different outfits for a child, and also rebuying and constantly buying new outfits due to the ever-changing trends and looks in a child's life. Also, it makes it so much easier to get ready in the morning and save lots of time for both a parent and a student. This also will cause little to no need for a dress code policy other than the given uniform in maybe extenuating circumstances. Uniforms can also be one of the biggest forms of school pride. A 2007 study by the Oxford Brookes University in the United Kingdom found that uniforms often directly contribute to the feeling of school pride. Many students say it makes them feel very unified with other students in the school. Uni- Uniforms also keep students focused on their education and not their clothing. Around 85% of teachers argued that it reduces the need for discipline in the classroom, while 79% said it promotes an increase in sense of student safety. This causes students to be more focused on the teacher and their schoolwork, making them better students all around. Now, if you still don't believe uniforms are an incredibly good idea, I have a few real world testimonies from school faculty, parents, and students on why they enjoy their school uniform policies. To start, junior high student Amelia Geminis wrote for her opt piece for the Pennsylvania Patriot News website that, contrary to popular belief, uniforms do not stop students from being themselves. Uniforms do not silence voices. Students can wear a variety of expressive items such as buttons or jewelry. A Huffington Post writer also took to the topic by showing her outlook on it, being a former uniform wearer in her school. She said, "From the ages 9 to 17, I wore a tie, kilt, and blouse to school every day, and it was fantastic. If I could get away with wearing the same thing to the office every day and not be judged like I did in high school, I would." Now, as a high school student, that does sound wonderful. Being able to know what I'm going to be wearing the day after day after day would be just awesome. In an article for today's parents, a mom of three whose kids all wear uniforms say, "From streamlined mornings to financial savings, uniforms make my life easier. In my books, anything that simplifies life automatically goes in the win column." Another mother on a parenting site claims, "I can assess the positive effect that it seems to have on the students. And definitely from the perspective of an outsider like me, students appear to be calmer and less hostile towards faculty." Lastly, the faculty members are in favor of the policy as well. Seeing from Karis Hammonds, a principal at Woodland Middle School, who stated that uniforms provide less distractions, less drama, and a more focused learning experience. So, overall, uniforms do so much more good than they do harm, and especially when it comes to children's education, which is the most important part. With improving attendance, more focused students, less peer pressure, and all around more bonded schools, what more could you ask for from a simple outfit? I hope you enjoyed this presentation and see the good that uniforms have, or at least think about the idea a little more. Thank you so much for watching.